He was in a bar after a game with the boys. He was a silver medal winner in the 1994 Olympic Games and at the beginning of his promising career in the NHL that he had dreamed of his entire life.
Move it out front. Great save by Corey Hirsch on Robitaille. Point blank range, and Robitaille can't beat Corey Hirsch.
And yet, out of nowhere, a confusing thought came across his mind. An image so disturbing, so vivid, so foreign to him, but so powerful, he could think of nothing else. From that moment, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, it consumed him like a raging fire and unleashed an avalanche of anxiety until ending it all was all he could think of. He was 24 years old. His name is Corey Hirsch. Corey was living his boyhood dream. In February of 1994, as a starting goalie, he had backstopped Canada to a silver medal in the Olympic Games in Lillehammer, and his career was taking off.
I was playing for the New York Rangers. We're on a run to the Stanley Cup, and it should have been the time of my life. I was trying to hide stuff all the time that, like I would make excuses. I was sick, or I was late for meetings all the time, and I'd be like, oh, something happened with my car. You're always making an excuse for your behavior, and there's things that happen. You start to withdraw from your friends.
When the Rangers beat us in the Stanley Cup, instead of celebrating, Corey caught the first plane home to Calgary. His parents were helpless. They could only watch in agony as Corey's life gradually disintegrated. A therapist was unable to help. He was floundering in an ocean of pain, unrelenting thoughts, horrifying visions, until one day he could no longer fight it.
I took my car up into the mountains, and the plan was to drive it off the end of the road. I probably got the car up to about 120 miles an hour when I slammed on my brakes. And I was like, I can't do this. There's got to be a better way. I was 5 minutes away from being a statistic.
In spite of almost dying, he still didn't get help. And before he knew it, Corey was back in New York, hiding his condition from everyone.
Not a moment of peace. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The only peace I had was when I was on the ice.
He desperately wanted to escape. So when he was traded to Vancouver, it seemed like the answer to a prayer.
It feels like a new lease on life, right? I'm out of New York, I'm gonna be in Vancouver, this is great. But guess what? Mental health comes with you. It didn't stay in New York.
But that first year in Vancouver was an incredible year for Corey's career. In spite of overwhelming suffering, he was winning in the crease.
On one man back, moves in, snaps a shot. Hirsch stopped that. Larionov over the blue line, into the slot, all alone. Great save by Hirsch.
It's my sanctuary. And I end up on the NHL rookie team, but these thoughts aren't going away. I'm hiding, I'm functioning. I was a man, I was a hockey player. You didn't go get help. Heaven forbid if somebody knew I had a mental health issue, right? Would they think that I couldn't win a Stanley Cup if I had all those things that go with it, all those stupid, ridiculous stigmas I dealt with, and I hid it for 3 years.
But he couldn't hide it forever. In his second year with Vancouver, the wheels came off the bus.
We had a morning skate in New Jersey, and I was to play that night, and I can't even see, I can't stop pucks. And I'm like, I can't do this to my teammates anymore. So I tell the coach, I'd say, hey, you know what, we're gonna have to start the other goalie because I'm not doing very well. And I went to a trainer underneath the building, and I was like, I need some help.
It was the first step on a life-changing path. Corey was not convinced that a therapist would help, and yet speaking to the Canucks psychologist was different. Within 15 minutes, he diagnosed Corey's condition.
You have obsessive compulsive disorder. And I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah, it's not curable, he said, but it's very treatable. And we're gonna get you going on the right direction. And all I could think of was 3 years of my life that I hid and suffered. And within 15 minutes, a guy diagnoses me with obsessive compulsive disorder. I actually had a game that night. Went out and shut out Dallas.
It was a long and difficult road, but here's the thing about Corey Hirsch. He does the work. He makes change happen. The relief at knowing his mental illness had a name, had a treatment, propelled Corey forward. It's not that life was suddenly a bed of roses. He had good days and bad days. In 2017, Corey shared his story in the Players Tribune, a hockey magazine. By telling his story, it allowed other professional players to open up about their own mental health challenges. Through his example, Corey shines a light on a dark secret, helping others find what he's found: peace, acceptance, and gratitude.
Getting an award like this is the pinnacle of everything. Playing in the Olympics and any hockey win that I ever had, nothing compares to the work that I'm doing right now. And I'm just so incredibly thankful to the Courage That Come Back Awards, to Lauren Siegel, to Coast Mental Health, my children, for supporting me, for trusting me with their mental health. And my parents, I had the greatest parents alive. They put me through hockey, they supported me. My mom came out when I needed help. My brother, he's had his own struggles, and I'm just proud of him. The two people that I'd really like to thank too are Catherine McCauley and Lana Quinn. She really put the wheels in motion. Got the Players Tribune involved. That's another group that I'd like to thank. They've really stepped up to the plate with mental health, trying to use their platform so that other people could experience and know that they're not alone. The National Hockey League's been supportive. Sportsnet, my work, my boss, everybody. And these are the people that really drive me and inspire me to be better and to help others. And I'd really like to thank the Vancouver Canucks for how they've supported me and the people involved. Guys like Alex McGillney, Russ Courtnall, Trevor Linden, Kirk McLean, Dave Babbage, Jerky Lumi. The list goes on of incredible people, and if I miss anybody, I apologize. We need the help of teams that have massive platforms like they do, and their support in mental health is second to none, and it really means a lot to me. Coast Mental Health, this is the greatest award I've ever received. And there's so many other worthy recipients out there. I'm just so thankful that it was me.
Mental illness doesn't define anyone, let alone a hero like Corey Hirsch. You know what defines him? His determination in overcoming his challenges, his compassion as he shines a light into the dark corners of mental illness, creating a beacon of hope for so many others. This is the man I know as Corey Hirsch, with his incredible courage to come back.